A good sunny afternoon then. Yeah, sun is shining and some work has again come up. Need to check what is actually going in there. It's just not, just things are not just feeling right as I think I have uploaded the video what exactly happened. So I'll be working on the cone set today. Hopefully cleaning should do, but I can only see that once I open it. First thing would have to be the same as for the fork job. Have to open all these bobs and bits and remove the front tire first and remove the fork so that the assembly for the cone set is accessible. So I'm not going to re-record any of that again. If you need to check, you can check that in the fork oil video where I have explained what all number of spanners and all that is needed to remove the front wheel and the front shockers. So I'll just remove all of these and then I'll catch up with you once I get to the cone set section. Let's start. Oh, and yes, forgot to explain, for this job I have taken the bash plate off and secured it again with a wooden plank with an old car jack so that this is secure, because if I have to work on the cone set, some banging, some hammering might be required and I don't want the bash plate to take the toll. So this is firmly, as you can see, secured on the frame itself and it's not going to move anything, not going to damage anything. So yeah, let's continue. Okay, so 10 minutes into the job, forks are out along with the tire, front mudguard. But for this job you'd have to remove this flap as well as the number plate holder if you have that in place. So these are 10 mm ones. Let's open these. So yeah, top mudguard is out, number plate bracket is out as well. Next we would have to loosened this, and it's not going to come out until we open up the handlebar. So let's do that then. So yeah, handlebar is loose now. Placing a rag, don't have to completely take the handlebar out. Now I hope I can show you, but I don't think I can. But there are two more clamps there, 10 mm ones there and there to remove this bracket. So let's loosen this. So yeah, 10 mm bits out and this bracket is off as well. Now I think our handlebar should be free. Okay, so the clamp is out and the handlebar has been placed here. Now we have access to the lock nut. Let's loosen this again, C-spanner. So this is pretty loose. Now do remember, once you bring it all the way up to the top, don't let the T-stem fall. It is gonna fall otherwise, so you'd have to hold it with one hand. Now let me just open all of this and bring that T-stem out and see what's going on. So yeah, there we have it. This is what I meant. Loosen this. Take this out. Dust seal. Here we have it. The T-stem. All gooey. Now let's try and clean this and see if this is so badly rusted. And also, this is the one that is on the top. Yeah, need to clean this. Can't see anything otherwise. And as well as clean these racers and see if there is some scoring on these. So yeah, things are well, there they are. You can see even after cleaning there is some serious scoring. This upper bearing has been cleaned as well. This one does not look that bad though, but again there is some scoring here. As for the racers, the top race, you run a finger like this and you see if you feel a ding. So upper one is actually okay, but the problem is with the lower one. You see these marks? When I run finger across them, I'm feeling, yeah, they're dug in. So these ones are worn out. I am carrying spare ones, so I think this might be a good time to replace them. I mean, I can put them back as it is and this can last maybe another 4-5,000 kilometers, but what's the point? Now there are a lot of ways to take the bearings out. I try all those things. So first of all, I'll just cut this upper one out, this one with the Dremel. Yeah, so this has broken loose. I can use a glass or a screwdriver to open this now. Here you go. So yeah, the outer part is out. Now we have to get this one out. We can use hammer and chisel, but I'll first try and Dremel it and see if I can get access, otherwise I'll be using that only. Let's do that. So as you can see, I've just Dremeled some bit out. It will make it easier to break this one free. The rest are gonna be easy. And trust me, while doing these, do wear safety glasses and gloves as well. Okay, so I'm not wearing gloves right now, but safety glasses are important. If anything flies off and enters your eyes or anything, you're gone. So yeah, do remember that. So the beauty of using the Dremel hammer, a chisel, just 2 taps and this came out. Here it is. Now I'll just bring this one completely out, put the new one back in, new ones back in, and this will come in handy for that as well. I'll show you how. So yeah, these are the part number for the bearings. I'm using the RE ones only. I know maybe the quality is a bit in question, but nonetheless, here we go. And this is the dust seal for the bottom. That is this one. And this is the one for the top. Replace them as well. Now this is almost off. Here we go. And I won't be throwing this. I've cut it this much only to cut it, I mean to bring it out simply. I'll cut it completely so that I can show you what I do with this. This is not going to be a problem. The seal is going to come off easily. Yeah, some damage was done to this as well. Any which ways, I had a new one, so I had to replace this. But anyways, now let's just start with the rest of the procedure. I'll first cut this one off completely. Yeah, so the next bit, I'm going to be requiring gloves. I'm wearing the whole leather gloves only for safety because things can slip and slide. And as you can see, this is cut thus far. Slight bit is remaining. This can break as well, so not taking any chances. So finally, this is through and through, as you can see, and this is gonna come very handy now. I'll show you how. So the lower bearings are in, and to push them back in, either you can use that rod thing, that is one thing, but that is why I've cut this off. Since this is open, I'm just gonna be hammering on this all the way with a hammer and, well, this small rod, so that this can be pushed all back in. But before I do that, let me put the dust seal back in. So yeah, here we go, dust seal. This is how it is gonna go in, and now the bearing. Yeah, I hope you can see that. And then I'll be putting the one that I had cut like this, and when I push down on it, it will be easy to break through. So let's begin with that. And remember always to do a tap here, here. 90-degree would do it. It should be stable. A vice would have been nice, but well, this is a DIY. Yeah, that seems pretty much in. Just for the last confirmation bit. Again, let's do that. So this is out, and yeah, fully in. Now what's left is one bearing is done. Now we have to take these races off, the top one and the bottom one. Again, a simple process. I'll again be using this. Now I hope you can see, I cannot record this as I do it, but there is that edge, so I'll be hammering down. Again, 60 degrees or 90 degrees will do, but yeah, should you please do not keep hammering on one side for a very long time. 2-3 taps here, 2-3 taps here, 2-3 here, 2-3 here, and then from bottom again you come up, then again 2-3 taps here, 2-3 taps here, 2-3 taps here, 2-3 taps here, and this will come off. Now let me do that. So yeah, that's the idea. You put the rod here, one hammer like this, second on this direction, third on this direction, and fourth one on this. And if you start looking, then okay, thank you, the race is starting to come out, and that is it. That is how it is to be done. So let me just bring all of this out, then I'll show you. So yeah, after a few taps, this race is out, and this is the one that had some serious scorching marks. Come on man, focus. Yeah, so as you can see, as I was running my finger on them, there were some serious dings. I can feel them, and that would have been a problem, and that is gonna just feel hard and all that every time. So yeah, that's the idea. Now the new one is lying there. This will be put back in. So the lower one is out. Have to take the top one out now. Same procedure. I'll be using the hammer and the rod, and same, always remember, don't keep tapping at just one point, otherwise it will bend it, and that will damage the place where the races go in. So 2-3 taps here, 2-3 taps here, 2-3 taps here, 2-3 taps here, and same way until it starts coming out. So let me get this out, and then we will put the new ones in. I hope it is not going to obstruct the view, but this is what I mean. And every now and then do keep checking that it is coming out all aligned on all the corners, which it is. So yeah, it is, as you can see, out. Let's get this completely out, and I'll just record once this is completely out then. So the final stroke has been done, and as you can see, this race is out as well. Now this was not that damaged as the lower one, but there is no point just replacing one. So of course I'll be replacing both. Now I'm gonna cut the other one, and then I'll tell you why that is helpful. So yeah, here we have it. I've cut this one as well. Now why this will come in handy is, I'll tell you. Again, a simple technique. So this is the new one. Now these are both same for top and down. So I'll place this in, and again I'll be tapping it here, 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 and here. And once it is, I'll tell you what I mean. Let me just get this fairly in. So here we go. At this point, again check if it is aligned okay. Now as you can see, this is this much in. Now to get it completely in, I'll be using this race that I have cut, and I'll be hammering on that so that I don't damage the bearing that I put in. It does not slide or anything. So this is how it is gonna go. And if you don't have a Dremel, you can of course always just take the race out, take it to any lathe shop. I have not done a very good job, but yeah, I had cut it, so yeah, they can do a decent job. Cut it and keep it. Don't just throw it away. And the best part is, since the top race and the bottom race are where is it going? Yeah, is the same. You don't even have to worry about cutting two. You just cut one, and that will do. The idea is to get the race all the way back on this edge, so it does jut out a bit, and that is why you need this kind of a thing to completely get it in. Now I'm not going to be able to record it, but I hope you get the idea. I'll be placing it here and holding it with one hand and hammering it with the other, so you get the idea. Let me do that. Now, just for demonstration's sake, let's hope the camera does not fall, but that is what I meant. You place it up here again. And it comes easily out like this. That's why you cut it. But that's the idea. The sound will actually change once you're hammering, so you'll get to know that okay, this is all the way back in. So yeah, as you can see, it is a bit loud. Yeah. No. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think it's all back in. Now let's do the same, and that is why you do it, so that you don't damage this race. And we are almost done. Let me do the same one for the bottom. I don't think I have to record that. You get the idea, so let's move on. Yeah, so I put the bottom one in as well, and now you can see the dark area. It has to go all the way back in, so that's about 2.5 mm. It is just jutting out. Don't leave it here. Like, this is the gap. I hope you can see that. It goes this much in. Once it fully sits into that gap, so it has to go in, and that's why I'll be using that race that so yeah, that is all in. Now we just have to grease this much of gap. The sound changes, as you know. That's why you use this race. Easily comes out. And yeah, these bearing will be greased now. Both of these don't have to hammer anything. Once this is back in, it just goes on the top like this. So let's finish this off. Now, as for the greasing bit, I'm not sure why Enfield put all the grease here. Maybe so that the water cannot enter. I don't know. Yeah, I understand this is going to be a bit difficult to grease these kind of bearings, but well, let's just keep rolling them, pressing them, moving them up and down like this, and yeah, let's just keep greasing these. Now while greasing, don't worry too much about this portion. Idea is to fill it up from the top. So lift it out with nails, maybe, if that helps, and keep moving it up and down. Yeah, these are a bit tricky. Just put a layer of grease on top, and then again move them. Yeah, this seems greased enough. That should do. Let's do the same for this one. Well, in retrospect, I could have greased that one on the bottom before, like this, before I put that in. But well, we live and learn. So at least you know now. You can put some grease on the bottom like this, and then hammer that down. That would be better. I think this one is done. Might have to re-grease that. Let me finish that and then we'll put this back. So yeah, these are done. This is also done. That's it. You don't have to necessarily grease all of that. Just put some grease on the races as well. As the bike turns, moves, this is either gonna find its way out or in, but good practice. And same for the bottom. Now all that is left is to put this this T in. Once it's here, I'm gonna put the top bearing in. So yeah, trying to get a good camera angle. And there's the idea. The race was put back in. Now I could have used the older dust seal, but I got a new one, so I'm using that. The bearing just goes in like that. There is no hard and fast rule. I'll just be greasing it a bit more, and then I'll be putting this cap, dust seal, and the nut back in. Let's finish that. So here we go. Some more grease in. And all that is left to do is put the dust seal and the lock nut all the way down, and then we'll put the rest of the bike back together, wheels and everything. I think I have a good half an hour more of sunlight. Yep. Yeah, some grease is gonna squish out, so this is gonna require some tightening. Just because it's moving a bit with an effort, don't stop there. This feels alright. Yeah, this feels alright. Now let's start putting the rest of the things back on. Now the next thing back on will be this top of the triple tree clamp, then the handlebar. Though doing that might be a bit of a task, so just to tell you, get the handlebar out of the way and put this back in. Yeah. Then this nut will go in. Then we will put the handlebar clamp with the nuts and all. You get the idea. Let me finish that. So the handlebar is back. Next thing is going to be this bracket that holds the wire in place. Again, 10 mm nuts that go. The wire holder is back in. The rest next will be putting in this clamp and the number plate assembly back in. So yeah, number plate assembly as well as the clamp that holds the speedometer wire has been put back in. Now let's start putting the top mudguard in. So yeah, very close to finishing it off. I'm hurrying a bit, and this is the clamp. Just do remember, with these 10 mm on the left side, the one that is on the back towards the chassis, you have to put the brake wire clamp back in. Now let's put the shockers back. So the forks are back in as well. Just the tire has to be put back in and the brake caliper. But at this point we can also start to adjust this. I have shared that earlier as well in the Coneset video that I did earlier, but just to give you the gist of it. So yeah, the next bit, since the forks are back in, the wheel will be put back at a later time, but the idea is to just tighten this to the point where it feels free. Now this feels okay. Yeah, now I feel a lot resistance, so that means I have to dial back. Yeah, still some resistance. Need to dial back a bit more. Okay, yeah. No resistance. Maybe we can tighten it a bit. This feels good. Now let's put the tire back in. So yeah, this is the closing. So everything has been tightened. Just remember, just to leave the front one open, then adjust it so that once you put it back and move the handle, it's free. There should be slight resistance, but not too much. How would you know if there is too much of it? Once you take it for a test ride like I did, it was just even in the first gear, very low speed, it was just going right left on its own. So I knew that okay, I've tightened it too much. Came back, loosened the lock nut, and now I've tightened the top nut. Now once you tighten the top nut, only after that tighten these four on this side and on the other side, and that is it. This is a job pretty much well done. So that was it. Closing this now. Thanks.